All of a sudden, some new people come in and you look at them crazy. Huh, this is our table, man. You ladies, you put your big maleta on the chair. You don't got a purse, you got a suitcase. Well, my chair needs a purse. No, your chair needs to move so that the new person can sit down. Right? See, that's what happens when we get caught up in our own little worlds. Oh, but God needs some people that are going to be caught up in the worldwide vision. They asked the Lord, the disciples asked the Lord, Lord, are you at this time going to restore the kingdom of Israel? The disciples wanted an earthly kingdom, but Jesus was thinking of a heavenly kingdom. The disciples were thinking about Israel. They were thinking about their own. But Jesus was thinking about the world. In verse 7, Jesus gives them the answer to the question. He gives them the answer to the question that the disciples had in verse 6. But he didn't give them the answer that they wanted to hear. How many of you ever been there where you're looking for an answer from God and he gives you the answer, but it's not the answer you wanted to hear? Or even your leader, or even your pastor. Come on, somebody. You ask them a question and you want the answer, but they don't give you the answer that you want to hear. Come on, man. They asked Jesus a question, and it almost like put Jesus on the spot in verse 7, in verse 6. Right? Lord, are you at this time going to restore the kingdom of Israel? Sometimes I don't like those questions. Disciples ask questions that put you on the spots. See? They asked Jesus a question that put him on the spots. Now, why is this important here? Why is this question important? Why did Jesus answer it the way he answered it? Because Jesus understood that knowledge is power. See, the disciples wanted to have the knowledge. They wanted to know the time and the date that he was going to fulfill the vision and everything that he had been teaching them and talking to them about. See, God wants us to have power, but he doesn't want us to be the power. See, it's obvious why Jesus answered them the way he answered them, because to have knowledge is power. And listen, Jesus is the power, God is the power, and we are not. I told you earlier, listen, people in authority have the power to give authority. But people in authority also have the power to set times and dates. Are you hearing me? See? The president chooses the time and date that he will meet with the Senate. The president chooses the time and date that he will go to war. Nobody pushes their buttons. Why? Because he's a man of authority. It's the same thing with knowledge. Knowledge will give you authority. They were asking for some information that would give them power, and Jesus said, listen, that ain't for you to know, it's for you to find out. They asked Jesus a question that put him on the spot. See, the disciples wanted to wield the power to know the times. They wanted to wield the power to know the times. Knowing the times gives you the power of influence. It does. If I was an individual, you know, in California, they say they're waiting for the big one, right? Yeah. The big one. And if I was to come and say, listen, I know when the big one's going to hit. It's going to hit December 25th, 2015. That's power right there. And if I can show proof, it's really power. What can I do? I can get people to follow me out of California. Because I'm giving you knowledge of a time and date. But the reality is this: nobody knows the time and date that the big one's going to hit. Right? But if somebody did, it would give that person influence. People would follow them. That's why we elect presidents, because we give them that power. They have that influence. They go in front and they debate, and they debate with other presidential candidates, and they get us to believe that, okay, you're a smart man, you're a smart person, you're an individual that we can trust. You know it, so we're going to allow you to influence our lives, and we're going to follow you, and so you have influence influence over us. You have influence over the whole nation, and so we allow you to lead us. This is what the disciples wanted. This is what they were asking for. See, this is why Jesus, he said what he said. He says, it's not for you. In other words, this power is not for you. This power is not for you to know the times or the dates the Father has set by his own authority. Huh? By his own authority. In other words, the only person who can handle this type of power is God himself. See, sometimes disciples want to know too much. But God won't allow it. Because if we know it all, we won't grow at all. If we know it all, we won't grow at all.